Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on my vanilla Minecraft server. And I've been a little busy between episodes. Just a little. Firstly, I got the machine set up over here and I've ran it, which is why I'm a little bit late on recording this. Yeah, and so we've got that all filled in. Also, after setting it up over there, I think I had about halfway done with the sand when I went over here and actually tore the one out over here. So all that's left is the sand around the edges and also the farm itself, which I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with. I was going to do a couple of time lapses in this video, but I don't think we're going to have time for that. Not if I want to get it out tomorrow, my time. But we don't have any more of the redstone around it. I also trimmed down the edges just so it would be even, and then you can see our little starter island over there. And also, additionally, everything is now in storage. We actually have somewhere else to go. I had some leftover sand after finishing that. That'll probably be all the way full. I did finish off our perimeter, and the stone actually technically overflowed. I ended up crafting a bunch of it into stone brick, which is over here. Don't have enough room for that. Well, the one thing goes somewhere else. I just happen to not have it set for that right now. As for the rotted flesh, there wouldn't be enough room. The bones actually go in this over here, but that's not set for that. There's two things to do over at our witch farm, and the first one involves all this stuff. Basically, we need a disposal system for the overflow items, which actually did I put hoppers in there? Because we're going to need a couple hoppers. No, I did not. Well, that would be rather awkward. We need to pull the dispenser or dropper in this case over a couple of blocks. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'll go ahead and cut here, and I will see you guys there. And we're back. And as you can see, I've been really busy over here. I said that I actually finished removing the mountain. Now, the cobblestone box down there is lit around it. That's one dungeon, and then there was a spider dungeon over there, which all that's left is the spawner. I might do something with it, might not. I haven't quite decided yet, but we need our supplies here. And the design that I have in mind is actually something that was in my original world. Oh, before I get too carried away, I also changed the tab screen here. That's how far I've flown so far. Alright. The design for this is actually a really old design. I need to come over to at least there. I think I want to go over one more. Actually, we need to go two more so that I can place that. Also, it'll make placing our lava a lot easier. Now, firstly, we need to run our hoppers into there. And then we need to get down here. And I want to run it off this way. Two, and then one that goes up. And because of the way that the redstone works, I want to run it this way because there's going to be a block right there. Block right there in order to keep the lava in. And then basically, we put down our comparator, our repeater, and then we place blocks on top of those. Top of the dispenser or dropper. Redstone, 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 redstone. And now, that will function as a dispenser or dropper or whatever you want to call it. Keep calling it a dispenser, it's a dropper in this case. And then we put a block there and there. Remove that block. Add our lava bucket. Block there. And now we're done. So that block is required because that's how it keeps that. But it keeps us from falling in. Alright, so we can remove these. And those. We could probably remove the one under it, but I don't want to. Alright, now let's go grab the rest of our stuff from down there. The other thing that I need to do, obviously, we can't leave this here. As much as I would like to leave it here, this has to go. So I was going to time-lapse it and do some funky stuff with my camera account, but I don't think I actually have time for that, because I have to get it all set up. I have to actually bring in the other... with XSplit, you have both the broadcaster and the gamecaster. I usually use gamecaster, but for that, broadcaster's nice because it gives you the preview window. And it just takes too long. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I will remove this, and I will be back. And run. Just thought I'd bring it in before the sun goes down. I don't have a bed out here. But we're just about finished with this. I was thinking about it, and last season I actually left the iron blocks up. There's actually no rule that says you have to, and I was thinking, you know, it looks a little bit nicer than... Okay, I guess that part was deeper than I thought. There's actually no reason to leave them. You may notice the glass blocks. That's because I went and... one of the things you need to do is make sure there's no light under the roof of the farm when you do a witch farm. And I had some torches down there, which I've replaced with slabs on top of a couple of blocks, just for the decay clock. And also, I have the glass blocks because the item elevator goes through the roof, and it means we don't get to see the bottom part of it, but it does mean that we won't have light leaking through the elevator. I guess this part was a river too. Thought I was done with the rivers. But we're almost done here, and we need to go back up. When you have Depth Strider and Respiration and Aqua Affinity, you just ignore the being underwater thing. I actually did completely fill my inventory once. I know a lot of people would hate this. Especially with this particular resource pack, as your the glass in this resource pack is clear, with no borders anywhere. But that's the last of it. It looks a little bit wonky because you get this giant square. It looks like a chunk error, but that's okay. The other lit blocks are going to be those, and that may or may not affect this spawn rate here. But I did go ahead and put the glass block in that designates the AFK spot as well. This should be just about centered directly above it at the correct height. Everything else here is done. I would say that is one project completely finished. Okay, here, I'll bring you guys back in at back at home. Alright, we're back. And let's take a quick nap here. I'd given myself resistance for when I was setting up the other system. That's what that's about. And I forgot to remove it before getting started with the actual recording part of the video. Anyway... so some of that stuff I'm just going to put through the sorting system. But I don't think I'm going to mess with putting the iron blocks through. Especially as the iron blocks are now full. Well. That's my bones. That's rockets. Let's stick them up here. Alright. I think torches go here actually, which we don't have room for. Put those up there. Everything else we'll just run through the sorter while I chat. Basically, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it here. that actually took up more time than I was expecting it to, and I wanted to wait until that was finished, but I did actually have something else planned for this episode. We just don't have time to get to it. I was going to do a second time lapse, which we're not going to do because of, again, time, where I build the circles that actually go around both farms, which I forgot about, which actually leads me to something else over here with what I was thinking about doing for how to get down to the bottom part. And we're in the water. I forgot about the whole circle around it thing, which means we might actually have a bit more wiggle room to do what I was planning on doing before it goes up. But I want to get the actual final perimeter of it done before I do that. I think I might do that in the next episode, but that's all I have time for. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do be sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed and you want to see more, then do be sure to hit the subscribe button, and you can subscribe by clicking my little guy's face on the screen, and you can check out some of the other videos of mine as well on the screen. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.